Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This lesson will be a bit different than we are used to because it won't be directly related to our game right now, but instead it will be information that we are going to use later on. I want to talk with you about PlayerPrefs. PlayerPrefs is a set of functions that are pre-made in Unity and that can be used to save and access data permanently between game sessions. That means that the data will be stored even if we exit the game and then come back later, and that's perfect for our high score system. PlayerPrefs are similar to variables. The only difference is that they hold data permanently. Therefore, all the saved data is labeled with a name. That name is referred to as a key, and the value is referred as the value, of course. These are the static functions that PlayerPrefs holds. Them being static means that they are accessible from anywhere, and you don't need one specific script to access one specific part of the data. PlayerPrefs can be used to save three different types of variables: integers, strings, and floats, as we can see in the function list. You might notice that it lacks the boolean variable type, but that's okay since we can use an integer and just set it to 0 or 1. Let's go through the list quickly. The delete all function removes all keys and values from the preferences. That means it basically clears everything that you saved and gets rid of all the variables that you created. This action cannot be undone, and Unity advises you to use this with great caution. The next static function on our list is the delete key function. This function removes one of the saved variables that we specify. And in order to delete this and use this function, we need to pass the key as a parameter. Therefore, we need to know the label of that saved value. Next, we have the getFloat, getInt, and getString functions. These basically do the same thing as you might have guessed. The only difference is that they return different kinds of variables. And corresponding to that, on the bottom of the list we also have setFloat, setInt, and setString functions. Using these functions, we are able to create new keys and add values to them. Let's go back to the hasKey function. This function is used when we want to check whether one specific key exists in our player preferences. And finally, we have the save function, which writes all the modified preferences to the disk. This is used when we want to manually save the preferences, but they are automatically saved every time we exit the game, so we won't be using the save function too much. In the next lesson, I will teach you how to use this knowledge practically in order to make our high score system, so stay tuned.